All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we start, like always, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Akakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders. And peace and salutations be unto your fellow brothers, you Akim that also push out this word and truth, sincerity, and in faith. And today's video, Lord's willing, the topic is going to be talking about the law, specifically, and also mostly directed to younger brothers. Mostly talking about the dietary laws and concerning unclean foods, right? Because when you're reading the Bible, it indeed talks about certain foods that the Israelites, right, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, that we are not to eat, all right? Because us, as holy people, the Lord gave us a law, and we have to follow it, all right? So we can get that first in Deuteronomy.
Yep, this is the book of Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter, the 6th verse, Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh thy power.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right, and Lord's willing, the title of this video is going to be not for Israelite consumption, man. And in also Lord's willing, in post-production, I have a photo that shows you the list of unclean foods, man. Amongst one of many, right, the lobsters, the sharks, and mostly pig, all right, swine, because as I was looking for photos, on Google for this video, I came across a photo, which most likely a Christian made this or uploaded to Google or whatnot, and it reads, it says, which New Testament passage gives Christians permission to eat pork and other unclean food? So which precept in the Bible gives Christians, not Israelites, but Christians, permission to eat pork and other unclean foods? And that's a major problem to our people, because the majority of our people, Israelites, are Christians, man, and they believe that we can just legit do whatever we want. And notice it said in which New Testament passage. So they believe that so-called Jesus, which true name is Hamashiach Yahushai, all right, the deliverer of Israel, right? He came on here on earth to do one thing, which is to die for his people, man. To sacrifice his life for us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that we can actually be righteous, and to be righteous. It means to not sin, and what sin is the transgression of the law, not the transgression of just bad in general, man, because the laws are still in effect, all right, which we can go more into that, but of course we understand it's faith mixed in with actions, all right, faith mixed in with following the law to the best of their abilities, man.
Faith shown by actions.
And what we know that it's in your ability to not eat pork, So if you can read that one more time.
Deuteronomy 7 and 6. It says, For thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai thy power. The Lord Yahweh Yahushai thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all the people of the earth, man. All right, because all the unclean foods, according to the scriptures, it's not for Israel, man. All right, it's not for Israelite consumption. And it said above all, because these other nations, they don't have our laws. They don't follow them. They may know of it, but they don't follow them. And the Lord's not dealing with them. And so with that, knowing that, these heathens, they can't complete our laws, man. And they can go ahead and do whatever they want. They have permission to do that, right? Christians, all right, they can go out and eat pork. They can go out and eat all type of abominable things, do abominable works, man. That's for them. But for Israel, that's a no, man. All right, we have a law to keep, all right, to the best of our abilities, because of right now being under the Edomites. Of course, we don't have that liberty, but guess what? We can try. All right, being under this captivity, we can most definitely try, man, with faith. All right, so you have a precept?
Yeah. Baruch 4 and 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, which is talking about you Israelites, because ultimately when you keep, in the kingdom is the only time we're going to keep it perfect. But when you stay within the confines of the law, you're rewarded with more life, man. All right, because when we eat unclean foods, the scriptures say it is unclean unto you, talking about the unclean foods. Then in certain scriptures, then that means that those foods actually harm us, and that's backed by studies and stuff like that. That these unclean foods are actually unclean for us to eat. It actually kills us. So for us keeping the law, I'm going to read it. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Right, because when you read the curses, that's what befell us for leaving the law, statutes, and commandments, man. For worshiping other gods and committing all these different iniquities, different sins. All right, we left the congregation of the living as a nation, man. We got put in captivity. All right, we have sicknesses because we didn't listen to the Lord, man. All right.
Yeah, I got precept. We can actually get the origins of the law, because we're not gonna just talk and make mention of it, but we're gonna get it. So this is the book of Romans chapter 3, real quick, verse 31. It says, do we then make void the law through faith? Like I mentioned before, do we just only have faith in the Lord? It says, God forbid. Yea, we establish the law. All right. So I just read it. Do we make void the law? Do we forget about it? Do we look for passages in the New Testament so we can be justified of eating pork or being homosexual or something? No, we don't. All right. We don't abandon the law, man. That doesn't make any sense. So we have this rich history of our ancestors, our forefathers, literally putting down their life for the law, and then here we are in the New Testament. Here we are in present time where Yahweh died for us, and now we just forget about it. That makes no sense. We're only gonna live by faith. Nah, man. Look, we established the law, man. All right.
Yeah, Judges 5:11. It says that we would rehearse the righteous acts.
Yep, exactly. So we can get the origins.
Yeah, come.
Baksha. Book of Leviticus.
Leviticus 11:1. And the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth.
Yeah, that's verse 2.
Yeah.
We can get to the point. We can go to verse 7.
Yep, skipping down to verse 7. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7. And it reads, And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
Right, and if you read up a few more verses, it goes into the specifics of who to eat, what to eat, and what not to eat. All right? And it gets so specific within our laws, man, that it just proves to you, like the brother said, like essentially it's not for no reason, man. If you eat these unclean animals, it's gonna be detrimental to you, man, detrimental to your health. All right, Lord didn't just tell us not to follow it just for no reason, just cause. Oh, don't eat the shark cause it looks scary. That's not the whole point, man. The Lord told you to not eat these things for a reason, man. The Lord called us holy. Do you think that's just gonna be of you don't think the Lord's just gonna call us holy, and have low standards, Cause it's pretty low, man, to eat. For example, swine, man. Hey, a swine was literally programmed and created by the Lord. Although it's a creature, right? Although it's beautiful when it does its own, when it does what it was made for. But what it was made for was to be basically a walking garbage can, man. Because it consumes everything. All right. It may be cloven-footed, but it eats anything, man.
Yeah.
Anything, man. Mire, it eats its own people, man. And guess what? Our people want to consume that, man. You have Christians, as I mentioned before, literally look for passages in the New Testament that gives them permission to eat pork. What's worse is that it says, and other unclean foods. So pork isn't enough for you, but you want to go and eat octopus nuggets, man. This is Matthew.
Fried squid.
This is Matthew chapter 22 and 29. Yahushua answered and said unto them, Ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of the Most High. All right, and that was red letter, man. You do err, not knowing the scriptures, man. And that's our people for you, man. Foolish. Always looking for an excuse to do evil, man. Hell, the scriptures even say that they surpass the deeds of the evil, man. Or it's like the deeds of the wicked. So that's saying something, man. You had that video circulating around the internet of a so-called black woman without arms. And still, what was she eating? She was
bro, it doesn't abominable.
Okay, yeah, well, whatever she was eating was an abomination. And she was eating with her damn feet.
Yeah, if I could say, the Lord took her arms and she still found a way to eat unclean foods, man.
And amputee eating duck, shrimp, whatever the hell she was, whatever she was consuming.
Probably lobster, crab legs, or something. If I can get this, this is Judges, the 5th chapter, Judges 5:11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers and the places of drawing water, which that places of drawing water is indicative, symbolic of us, our place of our slavery or captivity. There, which is, in our captivity, shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. Right, because, keeping a beard on your face, not getting lineups, those are some of the laws that are righteous acts. Not eating unclean foods to the best of your ability, because you also don't want to dig too deep down the rabbit hole, as they say, because
rabbits unclean.
Yeah, rabbits unclean, by the way. But all jokes aside, you don't want to dig too deep into chemicals that Esau puts in like your cereal, because then you'll be reduced to eating lettuce and water. All right? Not trying to be funny, but let's not be over righteous. The scripture says to not be righteous over much. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? So we're supposed to rehearse the righteous acts to the best of our ability. If it's something blatant that has pork in it and you know it, then don't eat it.
Right.
But don't, go looking up every single chemical that's in your Frosted Flakes, because then next thing you know, you won't eat anything. You'll just drink water. You don't want that.
Come on. Yeah, well said, because this is the place of our punishment. So this place was literally, this place is modern day was Sodom and Egypt. This is Babylon.
Yeah.
And the Edomites, they're the lowest of the low. So they literally push out in these different markets and supermarkets abominable foods, man, amongst that which is clean,
If I could say, scriptures also say that we will eat our bread defiled among the Gentiles. That's part of our punishment. It's part of prophecy that would happen to us. If I could finish this out real quick. It says, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel, then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. But ultimately, the point was what? Rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, man. All right? If you know something has unclean food in it, blatant, you're not supposed to eat pork rinds, man. You're not supposed to eat pork skins, So don't eat it.
Right.
Don't eat, stuff with gelatin in it, Yeah. Don't eat stuff, don't eat bloody steak,
And that's one of many things that younger brothers like ourselves also, when we first came into the truth, that I'm pretty sure it could be a battle for some brothers, but even for us, it might have been pretty moderately easy just to put off eating abominable foods, But hey, to some brothers, it could happen again. But you gotta remember, man, that these things matter. That scripture say, "Hate thou abomination vehemently," which means with a strong passion. So Lojo, if you don't got anything else?
I got one more.
Okay, I'm gonna get this. This is Matthew chapter 5 and 17. This is the words of the Lord in red letter. It says, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill." All right, and what the Lord is clearly talking about the Old Testament. He said the law and the prophets, man. So as people call the first 5 books, he's also talking about the whole Old Testament, man. As it is written, I'll come in the volume of the book. Roughly paraphrasing. So that would mean the whole book is valid, including the law, man. See, it's funny because they want to look for scriptures to try to justify their wickedness, but I just found a scripture that literally speaks against what you believe. And look, it's all a matter of just correction at the end of the day. To tell people to stop eating these things, man. You got to get to that point where when you even smell it or look at it, you have it with such disgust, man. You can't even smell it.
Yeah.
Things like that. Little things like that show you that you can change your life around, even your dietary. What you consume.
And as a testimony, I can say, at first, coming into the truth, there were certain fried foods that we were into that were unlawful, but as time went on, and those demons leave you alone, those bad habits, which are all demons, once they leave you alone, hey man, eventually you're gonna smell that food and be disgusted by it. Literally. All right.
There's a whole world of foods that's actually lawful, man.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, according to the law, if I'm not mistaken, you can actually go and eat giraffe. I mean, I don't
recommend it.
Yeah, I haven't tried it myself, but yeah, but brothers can do that if I'm not mistaken, man. But guess what? For example, rabbit. I think that if I'm not mistaken, they actually chew the cud, but they don't. They're not cloven-footed. So just things like that, man. There's a whole variety. There's a whole world out there. There's a cosmos right out there for brothers to eat that's actually clean and lawful, man.
Yeah, which cosmos means orderly arrangement.
And we haven't even got to the aquatic world.
Oh, con. Yep.
Yeah, I can go ahead.
No, that was it. 1 Peter 4:11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of the Most High. If any man minister means to serve, by the way. Let him do it as of the ability which the Most High giveth.
Right.
Yeah, so we're supposed to serve the Most High to the best of our ability, man. Okay? So, yeah, avoid the unlawful foods, man. Don't eat eel, don't eat catfish, shrimp, crab, lobster, pork. All right? Stay away from those things, man.
Right.
To the best of your ability, though. All right? We're not saying, You know, next time you go eat a chocolate chip cookie, don't look at the, you know, don't Google every single chemical that was used to make it.
Don't overdo it.
Don't overdo it. Don't be righteous over much. All right. So that's it.
That's all you got.
Yeah.
Con, you know, hey, so Lord, that was edifying. Just bringing out some precepts on the law, and also supporting to the fact that it's still valid, man.
Mm-hmm.
And also stay away from the abominables. To the best of our abilities, we stay holy.
Like I say, like I read in Baruch earlier in the video, it said the law that the book of the Lord, right, of the law that endureth forever. So this is forever, man. And in the kingdom, we're gonna have this written on our inward parts. We're gonna keep it 100%. Every single law.
Yes, so, yeah. And with that, we're not gonna have the urge that to eat the things that we mentioned aforetime, man. So so Lord's one that was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash.
Again, double honors to the apostles and elders. Great Millstone, GMS, the men who rule well and teach well. And I also want to say peace and salutations be unto you, full of Akim, your brothers, your Akim that are also pushing out this word in truth, sincerity, and in faith. And with that, we want to say shalom.
Shalom.